Konnichiwa, friends! My wife Sharon, son Matthew, and I returned home from our trip to Japan late Sunday night. We had a fantastic time. We connected with Sharon's host family from when she was a high school exchange student, and with many of her friends from when she worked there after college. We visited shrines and temples. We ate a lot of rice and fish, mostly raw. We experienced tourist attractions and got way off the beaten path. We stayed in traditional Japanese inns, in a capsule hotel, in Western-style hotels, and in someone's home. We had a wide variety of experiences, including a simulated earthquake and a real typhoon, all part of the grand adventure. We are glad to be home and still recovering from jet lag. I don't speak Japanese. I learned a few words before the trip so that I could be polite, like first time and tastes good and pardon me. But when it came to conversations, I was in the dark. And sometimes I could pick up meaning from facial expressions and gestures and context, but that wasn't even always reliable. Now that's kind of a scary experience for someone who likes at least to know the plan and preferably to have some control over it. There were many times when I got into a car or onto a train without having any idea of where I was going or what was coming next. And I wasn't afraid. Why? Because I was with someone whom I trusted completely, who did know. Sharon speaks Japanese very well. She could read the signs and understand the conversations. So as long as I was with her, I wasn't afraid, even though I was uncertain about what was coming next. In a similar way, we can move through life unafraid, even when we are disoriented or uncertain, because we are with one whom we trust completely, God. We may not understand, but God does. We may not be brave or strong or confident, but God is. We may not be able to see the end, but God can. As long as we stay close to God and put our trust in Him, we don't need to be afraid when trouble comes. And we can be at peace even when there is chaos within and around us. The prophet Jeremiah says in chapter 17, "Blessed are those who trust in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. They shall be like a tree planted by water, sending out its roots by the stream. It shall not fear when heat comes, and its leaves shall stay green. In the year of drought it is not anxious, and it does not cease to bear fruit." The prophet Isaiah says in chapter 26, "Those of steadfast mind you keep in peace because they trust in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for in the Lord God you have an everlasting rock." And finally, the psalmist writes in Psalm 56, "In God whose word I praise, in the Lord whose word I praise, in God I trust. I am not afraid." Thanks for listening. I'll see you again next week.